In today's world, we are constantly being overloaded with information and work, making it harder for us to manage knowledge and getting things done. It's easy to fall into the trap of constantly consuming and reacting to whatever hits us in the face. That's why I've decided to create a personal system using Notion that allows me to better manage my knowledge and projects, so that I have more control in life and can get more things done. And in this video, I want to share with you this system, my KISS Notion system, a simple yet effective system designed for beginners. And you can use it to gain more control over the information you consume, the projects that you're working on, and overall just living a more intentional life. If you're new here, my name is Ryan. I'm a first-year PhD student based in London, and on this channel, we explore and share actionable insights on different topics in AI research, entrepreneurship, and life designs, encouraging us to take more actions and live a happier and more intentional life. If these topics interest you, consider subscribing. This video will be split into 4 different parts. The first part of this video, I'll give a high overview of the KISS Notion system, which consists of 2 main components, the knowledge management and the project management components. The second and third part of this video, I'll dive deeper into the knowledge management and project management component. In the last part of this video, I'll talk about the synchronization as well as any future development you could add on top of your KISS Notion system. First part of the video, now let's jump straight into the high overview of the KISS Notion system. Here you can see the overall flow from capturing different sources of information all the way to organizing it in a single place, resources, the RATE database, and how this single resources is now powering your areas, your projects and different tasks, all the way down to training zone dashboard where you're mainly focusing on getting things done. Now let's dive into the knowledge management component of the system. Here, we are essentially trying to manage our knowledge, both internally and externally. Internally, we are trying to capture our ideas and thoughts. Externally, we are trying to capture the knowledge that we have gained from the information that we have consumed. The goal of knowledge management is to A, capture them, and B, storing them in a way that allows us to access it in the future. Sounds easy, right? Well, most of the time when we read, if we like what we've read, we might bookmark it or save the link so that we can come back to it later. This is not a bad strategy, but the problem arises when you start to save too many links or have too many bookmarks that it becomes problematic to search through them. Not to mention you are also exposed to audio and video information. We need a single place that capture, organize, and store our knowledge, and this single place is called Second Brain, and we will build this in Notion. And how we do that is by first identifying what kind of sources of information we usually consume from. So here I've identified 5 different sources of information. They are common sources of information. We have articles, PDFs, ebooks, podcasts, and videos. And we can categorize these 5 sources of information into text, audio, and videos. And how we're going to capture this knowledge depends on the type of information we are going through. Ultimately, we have what I call knowledge guardians, which the sole responsibility is to collect knowledge from different information and group them into a single place, into our second brain. And as you can see here, we have 2 knowledge guardians. We have Readwise and Notion Web Clipper. Now Readwise is a beast. It syncs up all your highlights from different sources of information into a single place. And with the Notion integration, these highlights will automatically appear in your Notion. Notion Web Clipper is similar to bookmarking, except the information in links are saved into our second brain in Notion. Each knowledge guardian has different workers, and each of these workers specialize in handling different sources of information. So for example, Medium, Instapaper, and Hypothesis are great for handling articles and PDFs and text information, whereas Air is great for handling audio information on podcasts. And so depending on the source of information, we have workers handling different types and report back to the knowledge guardians such as Readwise or Notion Web Clipper. Let me briefly show you how this works. So let's say we come across this really good article on Medium, 5 self-help books that would actually change your life. As we read through this article, we wanted to remember the book recommendations by this article. And what people usually do here is bookmark this article and come back to it later when it's time for them to get a new book to read. Alternatively here, what we can do is Medium has a built-in highlighter tool that you could highlight with. So you could start highlighting the book name. So for example, I will start highlighting these 2 books that I want to check out. Once you highlighted these 2 books, the title of this article, the link of this article, as well as your highlights will be automatically exported into Notion. Second example here is PDFs. Now PDF is a tricky one because they don't have a built-in highlighter for you to highlight. And so what we need to use here is a worker called Hypothesis. Now if you click on the Chrome extension for Hypothesis, it will convert it into a highlightable document. The third type of example that I'm going to show you guys is just in general, any kinds of articles can be turned into a highlightable article by using hypothesis. And what you need to do is just click on the hypothesis Chrome extension again, and the article will automatically be transformed into a highlightable one. Now, as you can see here, the Medium article that we highlighted is now appearing in the Readwise page. Now, this Readwise page is automatically created when you first connect Notion to Readwise. And as you can see here, the Medium article is now in Notion, as well as the 2 books that you have highlighted. Now we move on to project management. The key to getting more things done is A, vision to actions, and B, your leveling up system. In my opinion, vision to action is the key to everything. Vision to actions allows you to connect your day-to-day actions with your whys. Why are you doing this particular project? Why are you doing this action? Most often we get distracted with lots of information and interests that we lose sight of our whys, and that means we ended up not focusing or completing our projects. Second key component is our leveling up system. This system is all about lasering your focus into getting things done. The system will tell you what actions you need to be doing on a daily and weekly basis in order to move closer towards your objectives. In our KISS Notion system, the vision to action is our areas to tasks. As you can see here, we have, as an example, health as an area of our lives, and the projects within this area is to go to the gym 6 times a week. And as part of this project, we have a daily task of going to the gym. From this page, you can quickly see that with the many different areas in our lives, with this single page, you can go from areas to tasks and tasks all the way back up to areas, connecting vision to actions. In terms of our leveling up system, in our KISS Notion system, this would be our training zone dashboard. The first thing that you see from our training zone dashboard is daily thoughts. Here, you get to capture your thoughts and ideas and never forget any great ideas ever again. Then you move on to task inbox and daily tasks, which are essentially the tasks that you need to be focusing on a day-to-day basis. Nothing else matters apart from these daily tasks when you're in the training zone dashboard. With the whole picture of weekly tasks, we also incorporated calendar views that showcase you all the tasks that you need to do on a week-to-week basis. We're now moving on to the last part of this video, where I'll be talking about the synchronization and future development of the KISS Notion system. In terms of the connectivity between knowledge management and the project management component, there is a bi-directional link, meaning that the knowledge you consume could inspire you to do new projects, and likewise, the projects that you do could spark new knowledge that you would like to capture. Either way, effective synchronization allows you to constantly build out your second brain within the resources table. Your brain is not designed to remember things, it's designed to come up with ideas, reasoning, and chaining concepts together. Storing ideas and our thought process in a single place that allows us to easily access it in the future is the role of our second brain. There are many more additional things you can add to this Notion KISS system. For example, a reflection system. This is an important piece to add to your system if you want to live a more intentional life. As I mentioned in my previous video, there are 4 internal roles you play in the game of life: captain, navigator, executioner, and shipwright. With the KISS system, it allows you to become a very strong executioner. The missing piece here is to add a reflection system where the navigator can constantly evaluate the project strategy and see if we are moving in the right direction. The second feature you could add is permanent notes and digital garden. This is essentially the next level of capturing your thoughts and ideas, essentially leveling up your second brain. The last potential piece could be to add what I call treasures and weapons, which are essentially knowledge assets that you can use over and over again throughout different projects. And that's it for today. If you like this video, be sure to stay tuned, because in the future I'll probably do a few more Notion related videos, possibly one on my current Notion system, which is heavily based on the game of life concept. If you've never heard of the game of life concept, I've made a video about it explaining the concept in details, so do check that out. It is the one concept I wish I knew earlier in life. Thanks for watching, I'll see you around next time.